Welcome back to Mrs. Steiner Reads. I'm Mrs. Steiner, and it's time to read another great book. So today, guys and girls, I have a great author for you. Her name is Eve Bunting. Have you read Eve Bunting books? I bet you have. When I went to find them in our library today, there were this many on the shelf. We have so many Eve Bunting books in our library that it takes that much shelf space. That's a lot. That's a lot of skinny books. And I want to show you a couple before I show you the one I'm going to read today. Now, the first one I'm going to show you is this one, Secret Place. Oh, this is a sweet book. It's about ducks that live in the city. And ducks shouldn't really live in the city, should they? It's kind of a little bit sad, but it has a very happy ending. So I really think you should read this one, Secret Place. Now, the other one I want to show you that she wrote is this one. It's called Smoky Night. Now, this cover, and if you look at it, mine's very worn, isn't it? I know. And so why would I show you a really worn book? Well, for two reasons. First of all, it's really worn because it's been really loved, because it's a great book. Secondly, I had to show you this book because this is a book that she won that won a Caldecott Award. Now, we've talked about awards before, and the Caldecott Award is given to a book for the best illustrations. So this one was illustrated by David Diaz. So Eve Bunting, who we're talking about today, wrote the book, but her friend David Diaz drew the illustrations. And so he's the one that actually won the Caldecott Award. But what a huge honor to have written a book that got the Caldecott Award. That's amazing. And this one really has very different looking pictures from what you normally see in her books. And in this one, and you look in the backgrounds, they even have this one looks like it has cereal. Do you see that? That's delicious. So I really think you should read this one the next time you go to the library. It's called Smoky Night. Now, those are just two of her books. She has tons and tons, this many in my library. So make sure you look for Eve Bunting when you go to your public library or your school library. Now, which one have I picked to read today? Oh, guys and girls, I'm very excited because you know what this is? It's Valentine's Day. It's the season of love. Oh, that's so sweet. And so today I'm going to read a book about love. And I think you're really going to love it. Now, this one is called Mr. Goats Valentine. Mr. Goats Valentine. I didn't even know goats had a Valentine, but they do. It's right here in this book. So I think you're really going to like this one. I love it. So let's start. Mr. Goats Valentine. Now, this one's by Eve Bunting, and this time the illustrator is Kevin Zimmer. So are you noticing that she has different illustrators for her different books? So her books look very different when you read them because they have different illustrators to make them look different. So I want you to notice that when you're looking at all her books. Okay, here we go. Mr. Goat read the headline in the Goat Times. It's Valentine's Day! He dropped his newspaper, jumped up, got his wallet and his cell phone, and put on his bird's nest hat. I'm off to show my first love how much she means to me, he told his cat Beatrice. Meow, Beatrice said and yawned. On the way, Mr. Goat passed Miss Nanny Goat's weed stall. I'll have a mixed bouquet, Mr. Goat said. Crabgrass, pigweeds, and ragweed in that nice rusty can. They are for my first love. She's fond of ragweed salad. She will like the can too, Miss Nanny Goat told him. Mr. Goat nodded. Cans are tasty with a sprinkle of salt. He had only gone a few more steps when he smelled a delightful smell. Mr. Pygmy Little Goat had a stall under a tree. He was selling his delicious rotten eggs. He had opened one as a sample. It lay on his counter, black and oozing. Rotted for 2 years, he told Mr. Goat. Guaranteed foul and disgusting. Mr. Goat drooled. I'll take 4. 2 for my first love and 2 for me. We always share. He watched as Mr. Pygmy Little Goat arranged them in a red box and tied the box with a pretty red ribbon. Perfect, Mr. Goat said. They are so ripe I can smell them even through the shells. My first love and I will share the pretty red ribbon for dessert. They're going to eat the ribbon. He walked on, breathing in the delightful smell of rotten eggs with every step. Miss Skunk came by with her perfume cart. She sniffed hopefully. "What is that delicious smell?" she asked. "Rotten eggs," Mr. Goat said. Miss Skunk smiled. They smell like me. May I try one?" "Sorry," Mr. Goat wound his front legs around his egg box. "These are for my first love. It's Valentine's Day." Miss Skunk cocked her head. "Do you have a Valentine's card for her?" "No, I have presents." "Too bad. For Valentine's Day, you need a card." Miss Skunk sprayed Mr. Goat. "This is for you, Mr. Goat. You'll smell nice for her, nice as your eggs. Happy Valentine's Day." "Thank you, Miss Skunk." Ew, so now he's walking with rotten eggs and he got sprayed by a skunk. Mr. Goat sat under a tree and thought hard. Perhaps Miss Skunk was right. "I do not have a card for my first love," he told himself, "but I will compose a song and serenade her." It was shady and cool under the tree. He sat thinking, and before long he had the words of a song. Hooray! He straightened his bird's nest hat and hurried on. Soon he came to the house of his first love. Oh, he thought, I hope she's home. I should have called her first. Mr. Goat burst into song. When I was a little kid, it didn't matter what I did. If I climbed too high and fell, you'd kiss the hurt and make it well. You have loved me from the start. I love you with all my heart. The door opened, and there she was. Happy Valentine's Day, Mother. Oh, do you see who his Valentine is? It's his mom. It's his mother. His first love, the first person that he ever loved and that ever loved him, was his mom. Oh, that's so sweet. That makes Miss Steiner, who's also a mom, say, oh, that's so sweet. Did you think I was going to read a book about mushy-gushy love? No way. I read a book about sweet love from a baby goat to his mama goat. That's so sweet, and that's the sweetest kind of love, not mushy-gushy love. Ew, we don't have any time for that. But during this Valentine's week, I want you to remember all the people you love. I want you to think about your mom and your dad and your grandmas and your grandpas and your aunts and your uncles and your friends, because we love our friends, not gross, mushy-gushy love. But we love our friends. We care for them deeply, and that's what love really is. So I hope you loved my book. It was a little stinky, wasn't it? But he was a goat, so what do you expect? Of course he's going to eat tin cans and ribbons, and of course he's going to eat gross eggs. And I bet his mama thought he smelled very good when he got there, because mamas love their babies. So I hope you're showing lots of love this week to all your friends and all your moms and dads and your teachers. I hope you're reading great books at the library about love, sweet love, not mushy-gushy love, because that's gross. And I hope that you're not forgetting your teachers, because we love them too. So I need you to do a few things before we leave. First, I need you to like this video right down there. Just press the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you don't mind, you're gonna be there anyway, you might as well go ahead and like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter at Mrs. Steiner Reads. So I hope your heart is full of love. I love all of my readers, and I love reading books every week, and I'd love it if you'd come back next week. I'll see you then. Bye.